This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Jack Threads. Coming up on Destructoid, Far Cry 3 and Minecraft are having a baby. Black Ops 2's launch trailer is just a little bit too much on the nose. And new Skyrim DLC news. Seriously, right now on Destructoid.
Welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
Happy Wednesday, Max.
Happy Raccoon T-shirt day, everybody.
Rocket Raccoon.
Yep, he's one of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Where'd you get that from?
It's a raccoon with a gun. I got it from a website that sells T-shirts.
All right, that's helpful. Thank you.
They didn't sponsor this episode. I don't know. I'll let them know in the comments. I'm sure they'll ask about it. So we got an exciting show today. Lots of big ticket items for the news. I know a lot of you guys out there are really cool and hip, and that means that you're over Skyrim because it's overrated and lame, but I don't care because I still like it and she still likes it. You like Skyrim,
I like
right?
Skyrim, yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about it because it's our internet show, so deal with it.
Yeah.
So, since the first time we heard the word Skyrim and DLC in the same sentence, we immediately demanded that it would mean that we'd get to ride around on the backs of dragons and terrorize the countryside. But so far, all we've gotten is some dumb vampires and crossbows in Dawnguard and a bunch of tasteful furniture and orphans in Hearthfire. But if mysterious cyber clues are any indication, shit might be getting real sometime soon. While burrowing into the files and junk from yesterday's Skyrim beta update, cyber detectives discovered mysterious file names like DLC 2 and, wait for it, Dragon Mounted. What does this mean? Well, if you recall, the secrets of Dawnguard's crossbows were revealed via file names, and I think we mistakenly speculated that the DLC would be about snow princes and Solstheim, so this should be taken with a grain of salt. However, it's pretty hard to imagine what else Dragon Mounted would refer to besides people mounting dragons and riding them about.
Oh, yeah.
It could be horrible things, I suppose. There's also a whole folder of animations that seem to indicate the different things you can do from the back of a dragon, you know, such as holding things. What's more, there's some evidence that this new DLC might take us back to Morrowind, the setting of Elder Scrolls 3, with quest markers for some familiar locations like Solstheim, again, Telvanni, Castle Karstag, Raven Rock, and Mirok Temple. There are also a few new armor types, which you might recall from Morrowind, including Bone Mold, Chitlin, or Chitin, not Chitlin, that would be gross, Nordic, and then Stalrim, which I guess they called Ice Armor, and that was from the Blood Moon expansion. Wow, graphics have come a long way.
Yes,
what's the DLC called? Well, considering that Bethesda's parent company ZeniMax filed a trademark for the name Dragonborn in reference to downloadable game software, I think it's safe to start referring to this as Dragonborn. And of course, there's no official word from Bethesda on the matter, but we will keep you guys posted.
That's very exciting.
I'm excited. I want to ride the dragon.
I cannot wait to mount a dragon and then play Skyrim DLC. Heyo! Don't leave.
Was that even a joke?
Do not leave me hanging, please.
I'm gonna go hang myself.
Thank you.
Tell us about Nintendo's baby toys.
So moving on, the Wii U will be out in almost exactly a month, 31 days to be precise, and whether you plan on buying one or not, there's one game that you should absolutely be excited about because I said so, and that is Rayman Legends. Now before you get excited, this news isn't actually about Rayman, it's about Rayman's creator, Michel Ancel, who made the news recently for saying some nice things about the Wii U's latency issues, namely that there are none. That's nice to hear. Latency is obviously a common concern in games, and that goes double for the Wii U since, you know, you have two separate screens there that have to communicate with each other precisely in order to be useful, especially for a game like Rayman Legends, which involves a lot of interaction between the gamepad and the other controllers and stuff. So fortunately, Nintendo seems to have that issue covered. Ansel was quoted in the latest issue of Nintendo Power. Oh God, is that the last one? R.I.P. He was talking about the Wii U and the gamepad. He said, quote, "The response time is crazy. The game is running in full HD on the television. We are streaming another picture on the gamepad screen, and it's still 60 frames per second. And the latency on the controller is just 1/60th of a second, so it's 1 frame late. It's crazy. It's so fast, it's almost instant." I will admit that I too was skeptical about the Wii U's latency initially, but after playing a few games at various preview events and conventions this year, I gotta say, he's right. There are no discernible latency issues with the Wii U whatsoever, so that's good to hear if you're on the fence. While we were on the subject of the Wii U, it looks like another launch window game that Nintendo promised us may have been delayed. Maybe. Pikmin 3 was originally scheduled to release sometime before March 31st, and although we haven't heard much about it since that ill-fated E3 press conference, it now, according to Satoru Iwata, may have been pushed back to spring 2013. Seeing as how spring begins on March 20th, technically, next year, that gives Nintendo 1 day, specifically Tuesday, March 26th, to release Pikmin 3 and still have it technically be in the Wii U's launch window. So, challenge, Nintendo. Can you make it? My guess is maybe.
Let's hope, because Pikmin looks pretty cool. I actually like the Pikmin.
I mean, it'll be out soon either way, but
like a game about some jelly beans that go around picking up strawberries.
Another one of
killing
those
a
games
caterpillar
that they've
with
said
their
would be a
rocks.
launch window title, and yet.
Oh boy. So yeah, in addition to hating on Skyrim and hating on Nintendo, the other popular thing that's apparently really cool to hate on these days is Call of Duty. Like, even if I wasn't mentioning it on today's show, there's a fair chance that an argument would break out in the comments about it, but since I've mentioned it, that is definitely going to happen, so commence your flame war there, kids. Yesterday, Treyarch released the launch trailer for the game, which shows off a ton of stuff from the single-player campaign that we haven't seen, and a lot of it looks just really badass and great. It's awesome. We're gonna look at jetpacks, grappling hooks, skydiving, squirrel suits. There's the squirrel suit. We get like active camo and horses in a fire and like jeeps and bugs that you can like put through a vent
creepy.
shaft and like a hover jet and a computer thing, and just a lot of stuff is going on, and a lot of drones, lots and lots of drones. So if you for some reason didn't know that this game is set in the future and involves a drone army, well, this would be probably a big spoiler. Unfortunately, the whole trailer is set to AC/DC's Back in Black. Now let me explain something. I like AC/DC. I'm a big fan of AC/DC. I enjoy their records. They're awesome. And this is a cool looking video game, if you've forgotten that I said that, a matter of seconds ago, and I'm looking forward to it. But the fact that a sequel to Call of Duty Black Ops 2 uses the Back in Black as the song in it, it's so bad it like transcends cliche and becomes some kind of weird like deadpan meta bad thing.
Are you really surprised by this? Come on, it makes perfect sense.
Not really.
I mean.
I just wish that they'd taken like the trailer, taken the riff for Back in Black and just changed it so they were just singing like Black Ops 2. It would be really dumb.
That sounds terrible.
But, yeah, that would be a terrible idea. But I mean, this isn't a trailer for me. This is a trailer for guys who drive pickup trucks and don't go on the internet except to write mean comments about wussy, snarky nerds like me, and that's totally okay. I mean, there's a lot of hate on the things, but the thing you got to keep in mind is, video games are the most creative, advanced, crazy medium that humans have invented. It's the culmination of visual art, music, cinema, acting, architecture, all made interactive through the magic of computer math programming. But sometimes they're also products, and the Call of Duty games are products, and that's okay. And Activision's, obviously doing something right, because it was announced yesterday that Black Ops 2 just broke the record for GameStop's pre-orders. So that's the most pre-ordered game that GameStop's ever had, and I think
like every Call of Duty game is the most pre-ordered game until the next one comes out.
I mean, personally, this is the first Call of Duty game I've actually been remotely interested in, so it's sort of weird to be hopping on the bandwagon so late that it's already transformed into like just a flaming evil Ghost Rider hate train. But maybe guys, just maybe for me, just stop hating on Call of Duty so much. I mean, you don't have to love it. You don't have to go out and buy it. But you know the old saying, right? It's don't rain on my parade, or I'll crawl inside your brain and shit all over your hopes and dreams.
Well, that was Socrates, right?
That was, I think it was Flowrider, but one or the other. Anyway, Call of Duty drops on November 13th.
I'm excited about those robot bugs.
I want to find out if those horses are going to get out of that flaming barn.
So many unanswered questions.
Anyway.
So last week I told you guys about how I played Far Cry 3 for the very first time, and I really enjoyed it, although I did not get to see or pet the live tiger that they had there, which is a huge disappointment, probably the biggest one of my life, actually, now that I think about it. And it appears that something else may have been missing from my demo as well. Minecraft. In a desperate, tawdry attempt to get my attention, Ubisoft has announced a Far Cry 3 map and texture pack for Minecraft, which replaces all of the game's environments, weapons, and tools with those from Far Cry 3, and even features real characters and locations from the game. So if you've been wondering whether or not Voss is still terrifying in block form, the answer is no. He's really not. The mod was created by noted Minecraft modder Michael Lambert, who you may know as the creator of New Craft City. This one's going to feature over 50 Easter eggs hidden throughout, and although we don't have any videos of the world quite yet, Ubisoft has released some teaser screenshots that hint at what certain elements in the game might look like. It's not as cool as a real-life tiger or anything, but it's actually still pretty cool. That's going to be releasing on October 26th. It'll be available to download for free on the Far Cry 3 website, and I will be playing Minecraft again when that happens.
Jeepers, I don't even know why they bothered making Far Cry 3 when
Why
they could
make
have
any
just
game?
made a Minecraft map for it.
Who knows?
Oh well. Why don't we take a word from our sponsor?
Let's
when
do
we
that.
get back, we will say more words into the camera, and people will hear it on the internet.
Guys, only suckers pay full price. We've said it time and time again on this show, and it's still true. That's what makes Jack Threads so great. No matter what kinds of clothes you like, they have literally got you covered. Jack Threads is an invite-only shopping club with tons of popular alternative apparel brands at crazy cheap prices you would never be able to find at a store. We are talking up to 80% off on brands like Kid Robot, Hurley, Stussy, and way more. Typically, there is a wait list to join, but if you head over to jackthreads.com/destruct, we will hook you up right now for free. Max, tell them what's hot on Jack Threads.
Well, they got this presidential members-only jacket, which I thought was pretty cool. If you're into, Halloween or politics, this could be the jacket for you.
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
They also
That's
have a lot of other jackets on there. They have kind of cool hip ones, and then they have classy ones. They also have a lot of iPhone cases. Here's one that has a taco on it. If you don't have an iPhone 5, you could be like, hey, screw you rich kids, my phone looks like a taco. They have a good variety on there. I also just got a wallet on there, which looks as though it was made out of...
Lord, is that crocodile
I
skin?
think it might be, though it's actually not. It's made out
Really?
of stamped cow or something. But
okay.
yeah, so it's regular leather, but it looks like it's made from a
Cruelty-free,
dinosaur.
everyone.
So there you go.
Yeah, not bad.
Yes, it's an excellent source of sweaters. I have some bad news for you, audience. We're not going to be live this Friday. I know. It's a tragedy for the ages. You're all just weeping so hard right now. However, we are going to be live for 24 hours straight the following day. Yes, you heard that correctly. This Saturday is the annual Extra Life Charity Gaming Marathon, which raises money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Don't ask me how it works. I can barely say the name of it right. But we're going to be doing it. We're going to be on camera. We're going to be playing games, probably getting drunk, dancing around for your amusement, kicking each other in the balls.
Yes.
And it's all in an effort to raise money for sick little kids. That's all happening over on twitch.tv/rev3games. And plus, as if you needed more reasons to tune in, we're going to be giving away lots of wacky prizes. Stuff like this Ezio statue right here, or maybe Ninja Gaiden Collector's Edition,
Why?
or this soundtrack to Medal of Honor Warfighter.
Put that away.
It's just a Linkin Park album. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna keep that.
But anyway, that's all happening. That's starting at 8 in the morning, California Pacific time, 8 a.m. And that's the thing you should do. If you just want to go right ahead and make a donation, you can go to extra-life.org/participant/rev3games.
Yeah, you can make donations right now if you want to, or you can wait until Saturday. And I can't promise anything, but every $1 minimum donation will get Max kicked in the balls.
Yes.
So,
what?
yeah.
No, that's a terrible idea. Don't do that.
Let's wrap this show up. You guys can go follow us on Twitter, where we seek validation on a daily basis. It's really sad, actually. I'm Tara Longest. He is Max Scoville, and Show is on there as well at Dtoid Show. We're going to be tweeting all weekend about this weekend, so, don't miss that. It's going to be fun.
Come to me. We'll have fun. We'll save some kids, and we'll all hang out listening to Linkin Park.
And we'll see you back
guys.
here on Friday.
Yeah.